I can comment on it. See, my take is on this is basically, okay, of course, let me put it one small disclaimer. Whatever I am talking so far and I'm going to talk is at my own personal capacity. I'm not representing any company here in this forum. So it is all my experience, whatever I have seen, whatever I'm seeing, everything is in my personal capacity. So my take is on this is actually only education. Let me put it very honestly. Because many time, more and more, if you see the product differentiation gap is reducing because of software and the digital programs. So globally, many products. Now the next step is how that product is being built. That's what Raja very nicely pointed out, that if my company is building in a completely responsible manner, the way which today's requirement of the universe, then I should get little premium out of that product. So that view has to start coming into whenever we are talking. So for that you need tremendous amount of training, understanding, and when you are selling a value selling, because all of the salespeople are here, they know better than me the value selling. One of the values should be identified, that ESG value. So how I can attach a cost to that ESG value and get a price or some amount assigned to that value. I think that is today's salespeople's job. So while I can create many values to the customer, but one of the value I think now we have to start learning and we have to educate ourselves. And because as I said, this is a very little mixed group, so I cannot go very specific but this is the direction all the salespeople have to start taking. That in their value tick mark, one value and the big fat value will be ESG. That how my product is being produced and what the responsible way I am doing. And second, how I will help you if I have a product, how I will help you to be more responsible while you are producing your product towards net zero to our universe and drawing less resource from the universe.
ESG capability for salespeople is again, are going to be driven really from the top. So you have to then say that all your salespeople should understand the benefits of the ESG as really contributing to your bottom line and how it really contributes in the long term in the vision of the company. So that's the first thing, that it has to be driven really from the top. Secondly, when you're actually going into a customer-facing organization and you're going there and you're understanding the customer's behavior, you have to understand that if you talk to a simple maintenance person, for example, again, as Jayanto put it very rightly, we don't know what groups are here and who's selling, but since we are really from the engineering side, we generally go and talk to maybe the maintenance manager. Are his KPIs related to reduction of energy? Now, that is something which you have to really understand. If his KPI is not to look at energy reduction, but cost reduction, then probably he is not going to care whether, you come with a sustainable certificate or not. And you probably need to go to his boss to talk about sustainability. So that point of identification by the sales guy, is pretty important when you're trying to attach value to a ESG certification. So that is important. The third thing which I would say is that when you go into a customer-facing organization, you have to read about it, and the full disclosures will be there, that how much energy they are consuming. Even today, you would understand that in the iron and steel industry, per ton of coal, they consume so much of energy. But you exactly clear that so much of steel gets produced and so much of energy gets consumed. And if you want to say that, okay, I would reduce even 0.001% of it, I'm sure the CEO would be interested, but somebody at that level. So you have to identify which level it is. Is there a chief sustainability officer in the organization? And if so, does that sustainability officer have 2 or 3 other guys under him who actually would take this up for you? So study the organization, get to know that before you actually pitch in the value of ESG.
Great insight that one of the main buyers can be sustainability officer, not selling procurement and also I think about, like, we all of in sales used to read the balance sheets of organizations to say that how are they doing, how can we actually help them. similarly read out the ESG report which they are publishing within the annual, which is the annual document. Great. Two questions. I think both of them may go to Indro and Ajendra and Raju. Please feel free to add up. So one question is, what percentage of organizations have a disclosure policy of ESG in their annual reports? Indro, any clue on that?
Now I think it's growing very fast. I don't have a percentage figure, but I think right now those who are coming out with annual reports, particularly those who are listed entities and mandated to come out with the disclosure,